Welcome to another video of Noferatu's World of Reskins, and today I just want to give you guys a quick recap on how to properly export your reskin or engine with your favorite reskin. So today is going to be a couple steps on how to show you on how to do that process. So let's get to it. Today we are going to, for the first step, we are going to clone an asset. It could be any locomotive, it could be a freight train, diesel, could be an electric train, anything you want, because you are the creator. So for today I'm going to be using a AEM7 retired old-fashioned. I'm going to be cloning this asset. So what you want to do is you want to clone your original asset. So anytime you make a reskin, you have to clone your original reskin, because if you don't and you just want to use a basic one, what if you don't want to use a basic one? Maybe you want to keep it the same and just clone it and reskin that. Well, what you want to do is you want to click on your asset that you want to clone. You want to go to content and you want to press the clone button right here. So it'll make a copy of your original, and you would know that it is a copy because it does say new asset. So that's the first step. Next step that you want to do for your reskin is you want to give it a name, a unique name. So what you want to do is you want to right click and go to open and show in Explorer. So once you do that, your information pops up, the body, the textures, the config file, everything. So we already have a name here, which is the A3 AEM7 phase 3 test. I'm going to type and put a number 2 there, because reasons why is because since I already have one that says 3 test, if you put the same one, it'll still be exported, but you just won't tell which is which until you actually click it. So I'm going to put mine as 2, and once you rename your cloned asset or reskin, give it a name, and then you want to go to file and then save. So once you saved it, it's actually saved and it will not change unless you change it. So what you want to do now is you want to go into the body where the textures are. Now as you can see, we have already a JPEG file in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and delete this JPEG file, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the process of getting that JPEG file and creating one. So we have the main texture files. Now I know some texture files that you guys have, whether it's a freight or passenger train or whatever you may have, most texture files do end up saying either a main, or it says a map 1 or map 2, or in other words and other terms. But for this instance, I'm using the AEM7, and this is a new asset, so we're going to open up the main texture, and we're going to open this using GIMP. Now if you guys don't have GIMP already, I will definitely leave a link in the description so you can download GIMP. It's free, simple, and easy to use. So now in this step, what you are going to do is you're going to reskin your locomotive. Now previously, in my previous videos, it was a pretty long process, but this process is only having you do these quick, simple steps to get you to export your reskin as fast and quick and simple, and understanding the files and how they work. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this train a quick little tune up. I'm just going to change the sides, the body, and uh, the fronts. Just give it like a grayish color here. And then, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but this is actually a door for the AEM7. They don't have the doors displayed on this map, which is, from the original creator, but we're actually grateful to have these ever since. But this is actually a door. I didn't realize this until I actually started reskinning, and when I painted over this, I realized it was a door. It was like, wow, like this is actually part of the door. Literally, this is really a door. You just can't see any features or anything. So I'm gonna paint this too as well. And then everything seems good here. So uh, we're just gonna make this pretty simple and easy for you. Once you have your reskin all ready to go, you're satisfied about your reskin, you like the way it looks, you are the one who created your reskin, you love it. Now we're going to go into the exporting process, exporting your reskin, your finest artwork. So the way that you export your reskin is the same process. Is you go to your file, open up file in GIMP, and scroll down till you see export as. Now once you click on export as, you'll see a brand new texture file, which is the one that was already in your folder. Let's show you here. So this will show up in GIMP. This is already here, TGA, and this is the same name. It's already all in here. Your textures. These are all TGA textures. They don't show the texture.txt file in here because it's not about the text file, it's about the textures. So what I want to do is I want to export this reskin that I just painted over a grayish color. So in order for me to make a JPEG, you know, texture file, because let's see, there is no JPEG texture file in this folder. Tell me where exactly do you see a JPEG texture that's called main.jpg anywhere? You don't see any file like that anywhere whatsoever. So we're going to create one in just a sec. Now, in order to do that, you would have to delete this. That's called TGA. You would delete that, and you would, on your keyboard, you would type J, P, and G. Actually, let me shrink that a bit. So you're going to type J, P, and G, and that would represent JPEG. So, and you don't delete the word main, you just delete the TGA and type in JPG. So once you have that in here, all you need to do is click the export button below, and this little page will pop up. You don't need to change anything here. You can leave everything the way it is. And all you need to do is click another export button right here. Now, as you click that, everything disappears. Now, once you've exported that, it will show in the left top corner screen here, main, it'll say exported. Now, I know I haven't mentioned this to you before, but in my previous videos and before this, you'll notice that when I loaded this reskin in here, you will look in the top of the screen and it would have shown and said imported. So it would have said that I've just imported this reskin into GIMP. So it's a simple, easy process, and it's easy to get used to. It always usually says the texture name and then it says imported. When you first open up GIMP, it'll say imported, and then when you export your favorite reskin that you want in the game, after you go through the exporting process and everything, it will show on the top here the same name, but it will also show exported, which we just did a minute ago or seconds ago. As you now can see, when you're done exporting your favorite reskin, you want to go to the folder, that the Explorer folder with all your textures in it, and voila, we have a main.jpg file in here. Now, here's the trick. It's really simple and easy to understanding these files. The texture file that you had just reskinned into GIMP, you've exported it into here through GIMP, the file process, and another file named JPEG, main.jpg, has popped up. So what you want to do here, in order to get this reskin up and running and in your game that you can see it, you have to go through this texture.txt file. Now, as we open this, mine has already claimed and it says JPEG. But beforehand, it would say TGA, because in order to use this texture that we have just created that's in your folder and not the main default texture, you would have to delete TGA that was previously here, and you would just type in JPG, and then you would click File and click Save, because when you save it, you're letting the game know that you want to use this texture file and not this one. So, it's a difference, because the game is only using this texture file and not this one, because the TGA name words are on here, written in here, because primary main, it means that it's going to be using this main texture. But if you typed in JPG, this little word, if you type this in and saved it, it's going to use your texture that you have created and not the default texture. So what you wanted to do here is type in JPG, and you got your texture that we've exported from GIMP. And once you do that, you save the file, and that's all you need to do. Close it, and you are ready to go for export, which will be coming up in just a second. I just want you guys to understand that with every texture comes a texture.txt file. Just understand that one part that I just said. With every texture comes a texture.txt file. And without the texture.txt file, you cannot export your reskin, because there will be an error and it will not accept it, because there is no texture.txt file confirming. See, it says this means it's a pantograph, so pant main.tga, and that means that this is a pantograph texture. You need a texture.txt file for this texture, and this confirms that this texture does exist, and the game is going to use this texture with the asset that is installed with the mesh. It gets a little bit complicated, but I'm just simply explaining that every texture has a texture.txt file, and same with the main.tga, and then it's a main.texture.txt. So we've just recently put in JPEG because this is our texture. This is what we've just reskinned. We've saved it. We got the grayish color and the grayish doors, as I've mentioned in my video, and we've saved it. So we've already added a JPEG text. Now the next step here, and this is the last step. The last step for you, you can close this folder, you can close this, you can go into your content manager, your new asset is still there. What you want to do is you want to right click and go down to submit edits. Now this is for Trains 2019. It can be the same for Trains A New Era, and also with Trains Railroad 2012. I know it's like back in the day, but it still works with GIMP. You just have to select your asset, your reskin, and open it with GIMP. So we're gonna submit our edit, and it's modified. So it'll say modified. There will be no errors. Everything you've done since listening to my video just now, you would have gotten correctly with this when you submitted it. So this is the reskin that I've just reskinned. Now I'm gonna leave this open to minimize it, but we're back in the game. We go to our trains reskin, our locos here. We're gonna type in where our asset is. Let's go down and see where she is. Up, type 2, and here she is. So I just recently reskinned this. I'm not sure if you'll notice the difference, but this is the locomotive that I just reskinned, and this is the name AEM7 Phase 3 Test 2, which is also listed here. So it works. This is the simplest and easy way, and these are the steps that you can use to get your reskins into trains. First and foremost is cloning your asset, making sure you've cloned it and not using the original, because you need copies. You don't just clone the original and then, you expect to, oh, look at that. There's tons of glitching up there. I'm not sure why that's happening. But, you don't just use the original and then expect to get it all right the first time, because you could mess up and you could really literally ruin the asset. I mean, you got some tools in the content manager that you can reverse the locomotive, but still, you can still mess up, so it's good to make copies. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick recap on that, and you can ask away any questions. I know I've been busy, I've been making videos and other things and such, but just ask any questions. Feel free to ask. Like, I'm not shy to, like, not answer your question. I've just been busy, that's all. But this is the way that you can export your reskins into trains, whether it's Trains 2019 or Tane or Trains 12. So good luck, guys. And oh, look at, there's like feet there. Look at the character. I don't even know why this guy just, like, he just sits under this locomotive. He's not even inside. He just like with every AEM7 I see this guy. He's just dangling on the rails, man. It's like dangerous. I don't even know what's wrong with the guy, but anyway, please stay tuned for, so these will be the reskins I'll be posting tonight, I believe, after this video. So it'll be, this is the actual adventure. I actually repainted this one and gave it a new paint scheme and like a lighter paint scheme to go with the cars. And I also, this will be the reskin that you guys are also going to get today as well. I still have some work to do with the coaster, but it's okay. It's not bad. Looks good. So I also am going to be releasing the day 1 new livery charger, and as you can see here, it goes custom teasing Metrolink, the one I've been showcasing and everything. I know there's a lot going on with this reskin, but I will eventually release this thing. I won't keep it away from you guys. You guys deserve it. So anyway, you guys, that's what I have. Stay tuned for my channel and my page that I'm still in the work of progress doing, and I will keep you guys definitely updated. So check out this video, replay it if you have to, listen to and understand what is being said in this video. I know it takes some time to understand and to finally get the concept of how the files work and the names. Just, look back to the video, replay it as many times as you like, and you'll eventually get it. You'll eventually understand that, the names and the textures and everything. So in the reskinning process, I will also leave a link for GIMP in the description as well. So you guys take care and have a good one.